Wait, what is this? You could see this in space. The last 2 times I've tried to record, for some reason my mic's not been working. Thought it was the mic lead. I ordered a new one, still didn't work. 60 seconds into the video, my mic just turned off. If you're watching this video, I've sorted it out somehow. I don't know how, but we're into December now. Christmas is my favourite time of the year. I absolutely love Christmas. And for me, once it hits the 1st of December, it's officially the month of Christmas. So we're definitely going to be checking out loads of Christmas stuff over the next 25 days. And I'm going to kickstart it with this one. British versus American Christmas. Which country does it best? Now, I'm only going to be checking this out. I have no view really because I've never experienced Christmas anywhere else other than the UK. So I'd be interested to check this out. I am looking forward to it. Just before we do that, I'd really appreciate it if you could hit the subscribe button. It massively helps out the channel. We're growing. But yeah, let's just jump straight into it and press play.
Hi. It's that time of year again when my costume department decides, oh, you know what, let's put our jobs on the line. In a few short days, it will be Christmas. And because of that, it seemed like an appropriate time to tell you which country, Britain or America, does Christmas better. That's sure, I'm definitely going to get
I'm really
cancelled.
interested to see this. Should be an interesting video.
Basically, I grew up in Britain and lived there for 26 years. For the past 14, I've lived in the United States. I've seen my fair share of British and American Christmases to know what I'm talking about. And what we've decided to do is rank it based on categories, right? So the country that comes out on top in the most categories has the best Christmases. It really is that simple. So, you know, sit back, get yourself a glass of eggnog or Advocaat and raise a toast to this scientific, completely...
Wow, so you just said something. So eggnog and Advocaat, are they the same thing? I've always seen eggnog in films and TV programmes and I've always thought, is that the same as Advocaat? Because in the UK, yeah, we have Advocaat and I do like that at Christmas. I have to buy a bottle of it at Christmas. I do enjoy it. Does it just look like eggnog or is it the same thing? If you do know, let me know in the comments.
The unbiased view of Christmases on either side of the pond.
Decorations. Okay.
This is already going to be so hard. Decorations. Who does the best decorations? It's a really difficult question to answer because on the one hand, Britain keeps it simple. I like simplicity. You know, there's not too much on the front of our houses.
You see lights
just
outside
maybe the
and stuff,
occasional string of lights that's hanging off because, you know, somebody named Colin decided to cut them down when I was 6 years old. But then on the other hand, you know, maybe if you're into the glitz and glamour and all of that, and sometimes I am in that mood, America is where...
Wait, what is this? You could see this in space. It looks amazing. Absolutely amazing. I would love to have that on my road. And I can imagine kids in the area absolutely love it as well. That really looks cool. I wouldn't want to know what his electric bill's like, but yeah, it does look amazing.
Where it's at, these lights that you see down the streets are absolutely mental. I've told you about this before, but just down my street here, half of the houses look like slot machines. It's like you're at the arcade on the seafront at Cleethorpes. That's just where I was born. And sometimes it'll even sound like it, because you can drive up to the really special houses, stick on the radio to a specific frequency, and it'll play a soundtrack. And the lights will just blink off.
So a little while ago, we checked out a Halloween video where they played music and everything. So is it like a similar thing at Christmas? Is there videos like that I could check out for Christmas? Definitely need to check that out if that is.
Off and on like this, just, you know, without the hand motions, unless you have animatronics, which actually is often the case. So on that score, America comes out on top, and I suppose it is really hard to ignore that fact. So I think based on the craziness of American decorations, and that's not even touching the things that people have in their houses, because who does that? Burglars and Santa. I think America comes out on top on this, so I'd have to give them the victory there.
I agree. Traditions, okay.
I am not much of a traditionalist. Clearly, I'm doing a YouTube video in my pajamas, but there are some traditions that I do like. Birthdays is one of them, and Christmas is another, because both countries have their fair share of traditions that come along with it. It's a tradition in England to pull a cracker sometime after dinner, just all day, because it can be fun.
Wait, in America, do you not have crackers? Is that a British thing? I didn't know that. Or do you have them in America?
when you're 6. And wearing those really cool party hats. Don't tell the costume department about those.
Do you have the hats
in some respects, the nostalgia of doing some of those things and leaving out mince pies for Santa Claus does really hit home in this very, very tiny heart of mine. But in some ways, I suppose that American Christmas traditions have become somewhat of a novelty for me. I like going out on New Year's Eve dressed in just my pajamas to look at the Christmas lights. Is that...
Wait, in America, do you go out on New Year's Eve to look at the Christmas lights? Or did he mean to say Christmas Eve instead of New Year's Eve? I'm not sure if it's a thing in America that you go out on New Year's Eve to look at the Christmas lights. But I think where I live, there's not enough Christmas lights to go out and look at. But if there were some really nice houses in the area, really nicely decorated, then that would be an absolutely amazing thing to do on Christmas Eve.
Is that just my wife's family? Let me know in the comments below if that is an American thing or if my wife's family are weird. And I suppose what's extra weird about that is that on Christmas morning, another tradition in my wife's family is to give us pajamas. It's like the circle of life. On Christmas Eve, you wear the pajamas that you got last year, and then they just renew the next day. And then you don't touch them again for another 364 days. It's difficult. I almost feel like I have to flip a coin, so I'm going to go with America. No, Britain. No, America.
Music. Okay.
Music is going to be a hard one because let's face it, most Christmas music is insufferably cheesy. On the one hand, with British music...
Problem is, I don't know what Christmas music that you don't have in America. Maybe I need to check out a video and see what Christmas music you have in America compared to what we have in the UK. That could be really interesting. But yeah, I'm interested to find out.
Music, you have Wonderful Christmas Time, which, let's face it, should be prosecuted for war crimes. And I'm a huge Beatles fan. Right? I've got nothing against Paul McCartney, but the lyrics, the choir of children sing their song, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. Sounds like it was written by a choir of children. On the other hand, nostalgia. I grew up with Shakin' Stevens, not literally, he was on in the background. As was Chris Rea with Driving Home for Christmas. Driving home for Christmas. I can't wait to see those faces. Sounds like Kermit the Frog. I'll never do that again. Slade, Wizard. These songs didn't make it to America.
You don't have Slade
where instead you've got Dominic the Donkey and Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. Two songs that make Paul McCartney's lyrics look like Leonard Cohen. Then again, America did provide some classics like White Christmas or Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree. So it sort of just feels 50-50. On this occasion, I'm going to have to go with the music that I grew up with, even if that includes Cliff Richard.
Okay.
This is tricky because Christmas family get-togethers are different on either side of the pond. In Britain, they're smaller, intimate affairs, which I quite like. I'm an introvert. I don't want to be around lots of people that I don't like. And those small family get-togethers usually consist of the best family members, so you don't have any of the riffraff there. But because of that, you do feel obligated to be ever present. On the other hand, in the United States, where you have much larger family gatherings, it can be overwhelming for people like me, especially if my wife's cousin Chad has been at the tequila. And that's because, you know, you'll have 20, 30, 40,000 family members all in the same house at the same time. And because of that, I then turn to the tequila and nobody wins.
Tequila at Christmas.
But in all seriousness, it is a joyful occasion until somebody brings up how the Electoral College works. And if you are an introvert like me, you can just shuffle off into one of the side rooms and nobody knows where you are or what you're doing. Not that I'm doing anything untoward. And anyway, nobody remembers Christmas 2014, so shut it. Once again, it's almost impossible to choose between them. And I think because I had the same dilemma over music and I went with Britain, I think to even the odds, I'm going to go with America on this one. But I still love you, Mom and Dad and everyone.
Yeah. Food. Ooh. I've got to say, before we even start this one, I absolutely love Christmas food. I love Christmas dinner. I don't know what the difference is between a UK Christmas dinner and American Christmas dinner, but I can imagine both are good.
This is just unfair, asking me to decide who does the better Christmas food, Britain or America. Somebody posted on Twitter the other day, let's settle the debate, British bacon or American bacon. Now, obviously there's nothing to do with Christmas, but the point is, I love both in equal measure and for completely different reasons. And the same is true with Christmas food. There are pros and cons to both. Actually, there aren't many cons, it's mostly pros. All food is good, right? Unless it's got cinnamon in it. I mean, in England, I grew up with mince pies, Christmas pudding, you know, the staples. Not literal staples, that would be really dangerous. And then when the family comes around, it's finger food, you know, sausages on a stick, sausage rolls, just basically sausage. And then you wash it all down with a nice drink of Advocaat or 7. I promise there's more to British Christmas food than that, but stunningly, that's what's entering my head as we speak. Both countries might have turkey as the centerpiece, but America will often not have that. It might surprise you with ham or chicken or just any other meat you can think of. So I suppose that's good for variety, but on the other hand, I kind of like the consistency of only having turkey. This is really hard to answer. I love pecan pie, so that might sway it more to the United States, but I hate cinnamon, so that might help Britain's cause here. I think, again, nostalgia is going to play its part, and I'm going to have to go with Britain.
Interesting.
Clearly, this one comes down to...
We don't have white Christmases in the UK. I would absolutely love to have a white Christmas. I think the only time I can remember a white Christmas, I was very young. I got a bike for Christmas. And I remember being outside in the snow, trying to ride this bike. The snow was really deep. I'm trying to give it all just to get this bike going in the snow. And it's the only time I can remember a white Christmas on Christmas Day. Other than that, I don't remember any time that it snowed on Christmas Day. There might be, but I'm just not thinking of it. But in America, yeah, you get that more often, don't you? So that would be absolutely amazing. For me, that would be absolutely amazing to have a white Christmas.
Whether or not you want a white Christmas, obviously Bing Crosby did. But then he also sang, I'll be home for Christmas, you can count on me, I'll be home for Christmas, but only in my dreams. Which is it, Bing? And as somebody who lives in Chicago, I don't necessarily share his dream. But in the lead up to Christmas, as I said in my November special,
that would be cool.
There is something a little magical about, heaps and heaps of snow falling into your face, while the warm glow of Christmas lights does its best to melt it, the snow, not my face. On the other hand, white Christmases in Britain are very rare. And I suppose when I lived there, I did get caught up in the whole, ooh, please be a white Christmas. But now it's not such a big deal to me, probably because as a YouTube sensation, I can make a white Christmas happen at any time. So perhaps controversially, I think that Britain has the best Christmas weather. Which means that it's now 3-3 and we go to a penalty shootout.
I'd agree with
Feel free to use this in our World Cup highlights package.
Films.
Who does the best Christmas films?
America.
I suppose this could come down to whether or not you believe that The Muppets Christmas Carol is British or American. It is American made, obviously, because of Jim Henson Productions and Disney's involvement in the making of the film, but it is set in Britain and it does star Michael Caine. I think that means it's one each in this penalty shootout. So moving on to other films, Love Actually. I mean, it's very divisive. I don't mind it. It's good.
Not my favourite
but I can
film.
see why people hate it. What else have we made? What are the Christmas films? I mean, all of the other Scrooge films. The Alistair Sim one, people always say that's the best. So we've got that in our locker. What does America have? Except for Die Hard and It's a Wonderful Life and A Christmas Story. The Santa Claus, 1, 2 and 3. White Christmas, Elf. Did I say Gremlins?
Gremlins.
The Christmas Chronicles, frankly. Just watched it. It was a decent little yarn. The Holiday is basically British-American as well. I just don't know that this is a fight that Britain can win. So, appropriately, given that America popularised a lot of the Christmas customs that we use today, America, you, due to the heroic actions of a metaphorical goalkeeper, officially do better Christmases than Britain. Britain, don't worry, because you do way more TV specials. That's another category.
TV specials.
We're going to an 8th category. That's right.
Wait, so in America, do you have TV specials? I watch a lot of American TV, so I would have thought it was.
Some of the greatest British television ever made just happened to take the form of a Christmas special. We love doing that. I mean, most of our comedies have a special that airs on or around Christmas Day. But it isn't just comedy, it happens in Doctor Who, soap operas, panel shows, probably detective shows. Even the Weather Report becomes Christmasified. And the thing is about all of these things is that they usually get some sort of extended runtime because they are literally a special. Whereas this isn't such a big thing in America. I mean, sure, you have TV shows that have themes of Christmas in them, but it seems to be rare that they are purposely extended and epic like they are in Britain. To be fair,
I'm sure I've seen American TV programs that have got Christmas specials that are extended as well. So let me know in the comments, do you have Christmas specials? In the UK, we'll have TV programs that are extended. It's a longer episode and it is a Christmas special. And sometimes you get TV programs that haven't even been out for years and they'll come back to do a Christmas special that will be on Christmas Day. But yeah, definitely let me know in the comments if you have that in America.
I haven't researched this because I just thought of this category on the fly, but that's how it feels. If it's untrue, let me know in the comments below. In any case, Britain wins this round and the points are shared. And so a big happy Christmas to all of my subscribers, including my wife's cousin.
Very interesting video. That was quite cool to check out. I don't agree about the weather. I would absolutely love to have a white Christmas. And like I said, I can only remember once in my life that I think I can remember a white Christmas. I was very young. It was like my first bike I got. And I just remember going out in the snow and trying to ride my bike in the snow and it weren't working. Christmas food, yeah, I would love to try any Christmas dinner. But I've never been outside the UK for Christmas, so I can't really judge what Christmas food would be like anywhere else. But yeah, really enjoyed that video. Thank you so much for checking it out with me. I'd really appreciate it if you could hit the subscribe button. It massively helps out the channel we're growing. But for now, I'm going to catch you on the next reaction.